Hi, and welcome back to the channel. It's true, my name is Norf, and this week I've got a question for you. And you may know I love a good question. Who inspires you? Where does inspiration come from? There are commentaries all over the internet on where inspiration comes from. Some of the great places to allow inspiration to occur can be found in spending time in nature, listening to great music, and of course reading books, articles, and posts. In short, I believe people inspire people. In this video, we're going to explore some of the people and books that have inspired me in 2022. So, as is customary, strap yourselves in and let's get started. Inspiration helps us not only to achieve new goals, inspiration is great for our general well-being and increases feelings of gratitude and appreciation. It can lift our mood. It can also help provide a heightened sense of purpose. Me, personally, I'm constantly pursuing how I can up my game both professionally and personally, to increase the quality of my output and to continue to hone my craft. Observing how others do what they do has inspired me to ditch some things that are not productive or a perceived waste of time, and to pick up things that are productive and are a great use of my time. For me, this allows scope to pivot and change direction, and it's never too late to change direction. This, of course, is not an exhaustive list of books that I've read through 2022, however, I will drop links in the description if you want to check any of them out. A huge shout to my friend on the other side of the planet, Robert, who tipped me off to reading these books. And there are 3 of them in the series, all written by Kleon. The first one is Show Your Work, in which Kleon takes you through 10 practical ways to share your creativity, packed with useful ideas and tips to aid in your creative process. The second one is Steal Like an Artist, where Kleon shares the concepts that whatever the idea, all creative work is iterative and no idea is original. He claims all creators and their output are a sum of all sorts of inspiration. And I think he's right. And the last one that Austin's written is Keep Going, where Kleon adds inclusivity, suggesting no matter your creative persuasion, an artist, a parent, an entrepreneur, or a YouTuber, there are countless strategies for breaking through the ceiling of despair and chaos to get to the good stuff of creating great work and actually making good stuff. I'd highly recommend reading these books if you're a creative. All 3 of these books have helped me change the way I perceive and how I create my content. They're great little books, easy reads, with practical takeaways that you can apply in your work right now. The next book I would recommend that you read is Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by McKeown, who is a leadership and business strategist, author, and keynote speaker. He's also a Brit, which is quite cool. The key element for me from this book is to keep it simple. As the name suggests, this boils down what you need to its essential components. It's a thought-provoking read that has helped me mindfully consider what I actually need to achieve the goals and activities that matter. A massive thank you to my friend Brandon for sharing the wealth with me. Next is a fascinating story by Mandy. The book is called An Officer, Not a Gentleman. I had the opportunity to interview Mandy during a live online event that I was hosting. Mandy's story of being one of the first female fast jet pilots in the RAF is phenomenal. It's a solid read, and there were points whilst I was reading Mandy's story where I did laugh out loud. No spoilers from me on this book, however, a massive takeaway from me. Mandy was inspired by her grandfather, who was a role model for her. During my interview with Mandy, she referred to one of the first female astronauts who she quoted, and I do love this quote, "You cannot be what you cannot see." Superb, right? You cannot be what you cannot see. This is a great book written by a wonderful, inspirational human. I'm curious, have you heard of the Japanese concept of Ikigai? I remember sharing it with my mate Laura, who embraced it about 18 months to 2 years ago, and it's been a privilege to observe the change that I've seen in her. It truly is night and day. You can check out the concept of Ikigai for yourself. However, in short, most will understand it as the Venn diagram with 4 overlapping qualities. What you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. Boiling it down, essentially, my Ikigai is the reason why I get up in the morning. It's a great concept that suggests you start small, cut yourself some slack when you need to, pursue harmony and sustainability, Find the joy in the little things and be in the here and now. Couple that with some practical guidance on how to develop a growth mindset necessary for success, both personally and professionally, which you can find in the critically acclaimed book called Mindset, Changing the Way You Think to Fulfill Your Potential, written by Dr. Dweck. It's a superb book with great foundational elements. The upshot in all of what I'm saying is to invest in yourself. Take on your own learning. Take that course. Begin at the beginning. Get out of your comfort zone and try to fail. Don't fail to try. Get and stay curious, evolve and upskill what you're doing. What do you have to lose? I dare say nothing. You have a prime opportunity to learn and get them gains. To learn is to grow and spark self-investment. Allocate the time, even if it's a small amount of time, back to the Ikigai principle that we talked about earlier. Prioritize, practice, hone and repeat. Some say what you invested in a year ago has got you to where you are now. I've got to say, I'm a massive believer in that. Partly because I've seen it in my own journey, but I've also seen it in others. We all need mentors and role models, and you sometimes never know who you're being a role model for and to. It is so important that we have these folks to look up to. If you don't know where to start, perhaps we start with some of the books that we looked at. The three that I talked about first off were Kleon's books, Show Your Work, Steal Like an Artist, and then also Keep Going, Essentialism by McKeown, Mandy Hickson's book, An Officer Not a Gentleman, and Dweck's book on mindset. Let me know if you've read any of these books or you know about Ikigai, and has it impacted you at all? If so, how? What have you been reading and who inspires you? Let me know in the comments. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here. As you may know, I'm a massive fan of the number 3, so if you would, please do 3 things for me. If you like the content, please do give me a thumbs up. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on when I upload brand new content to the channel. Again, thank you for choosing to spend your time here. Do be inspired, and I'll see you next time.